come to a signal. I hope everyone's enjoyed their meal. Thank God we have something to share. Thank you to Jeff, as I've said earlier. We come to a significant moment in our proceedings this afternoon. It's the award for the recipients of the Holy Land Scholarships. I'll let Carmine and Barbara say a few words in a moment about in regard to that. But first of all, I'd like to invite forward Track and Nathan, who were the recipients of the Holy Land Scholarships last year, and they simply want to say thank you. So would you like to come forward? I'd like to invite Barbara forward.
Okay. I'm used to talking with my hands, so being only one-armed, I've got to sort of balance the microphone.
Explain to everyone.
So yes, I don't normally look like this. I'm not the infamous one-armed seminarian. I actually broke my arm playing soccer. That's how seriously we take it here. Everyone says you should have broken your leg. I agree with them. I have a host of essays that need to be done, and typing with your left hand, which is not your dominant hand, is an interesting experience. Track and I just wanted to take a moment to thank John and Barbara, but also the Knights of the Southern Cross, for the wonderful opportunity they gave us last year to go to the Holy Land, and not only to experience the places where Christ lived and walked and worked, to those moments where we encountered Christ in the Holy Sepulchre, but also on the Sea of Galilee, on the Mount of Beatitudes, in Nazareth where the Incarnation took place, but also for those moments that we had to speak with the people there. We were there last December, which was, if you remember the news, an interesting time of the year to be there. President Trump made an interesting announcement about how he was recognising Jerusalem as the capital, and that resulted in 3 days of rage, which Track and I were interestingly caught in the middle of. We were staying at the Ecce Homo with the Silent Sisters, and the night before the day of rage we were advised, yeah, pack your bags because you're going to need to literally run out of Jerusalem. So, like maybe the Blessed Mother and St. Joseph, Track and I fled with out of Jerusalem. Like many others, we had to leave Jerusalem in haste, to the delight of the BBC cameras, who are not probably expecting a small Vietnamese man and a not so small Anglo-Indian man running out the door of the Damascus Gate carrying a suitcase. But it was nevertheless a wonderful experience, and the encounters we've had there have changed us in a very deep and fundamental way. Because like with any encounter with God, it changes you at a fundamental level. What both of us wanted to do was to get two particular gifts. One for John and Barbara. So I'd like Track to present this. It's a small gift of thanks from us, so that you will think of us hopefully. And to thank you for all the hard work and support that you've provided us. Not just when we are not just in the scholarship, but John and Barbara also were very readily on email giving us good advice on what to do when, you know, we had to run out of Jerusalem and sitting in Tiberias going, what do we do next? But there is one other gift that we'd like to present, which is to the Knights of the Southern Cross, which I will present to Carmine. So what we managed to get was a Jewish prayer shawl called a tahit. And the Jewish prayer shawl has, interestingly, these tassels on the end of it. And every Jew knows that when you touch those tassels and you look at them, you are reminded of all the wonderful things that God has done for his people. But they're also a reminder to the people around you as well. They're an instrument or a sign of God's presence here amongst us, and that you represent, in a way, as one of God's chosen people, God. Is Father Boyle here? No. My Hebrew is not that good. But there's a lovely Hebrew prayer about, may the presence of God cover us. So it is my prayer and tracks as well that the Knights of the Southern Cross and the wonderful work that PSEF do will be that instrument of reminder of the presence of God to the people around them. That each of you will be, in a sense, a talit, a reminder to those around us of the wonderful things God has done for us and the wonderful things that he still does among us. So from both of us, thank you very much.
I'm sure, I don't know what's in the box, but I'm sure it's equally thoughtful and beautiful, so thank you. Carmine will present the Walter P. Martin Memorial Scholarship plaques, and Barbara will present the Cardinal John Foley Memorial Scholarship and the Barbara Ralph Scholarship certificates to the recipients of the Holy Land scholarships. These scholarships commemorate the late John Foley and the late Walter P. Martin, and are made possible by the generosity of John and Barbara Ralph and the estate of Walter P. Martin. The Priest's Support and Education Fund administers investments made possible by these donors. Therefore, I'd like to announce the recipients of the awards for this year. For the Jude Moane is one. Jude. Jude is from the Archdiocese of Melbourne. And working remains. And the second to be awarded the Holy Land Scholarship is DJ Suguitan from the Diocese of Stanley. Would you like to say a word?
We have been quite committed to helping some seminarians go to the Holy Land of pilgrimage. In this month, May, 9 years ago, John and I were on pilgrimage in the Holy Land for 2 weeks with 20 other Melburnians, including Father Brendan Hayes and Father David Cutler. Max Pollin was with us also. I think Max is here today, isn't he? We had some very special experiences. We prayed and meditated while drifting quietly in a wooden boat on the Sea of Galilee. Father David and Father Brendan celebrated Mass for us amid the olive trees in the Garden of Gethsemane and in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. It was the year of our golden wedding anniversary, and we renewed our vows in the wedding church in Cana, and we were in Jerusalem on my birthday. These are memories we will never forget. Jude and DJ, John and I congratulate you on the qualities which earned you these awards. We wish you safe travel and lasting memories. Congratulations.
It is a pleasure for me to present the 2018 Walter P. Martin Holy Land Travel Scholarship plaques to Jude and DJ today. The late Wally Martin was a highly respected member of the Knights of the Southern Cross. The bequest that Wally left to support the education and training of seminarians contributes a large portion of the cost of sending 2 of our seminarians to the Holy Land each year. Wally would be very proud of this year's scholarship recipients. On behalf of the Knights of Southern Cross and the Priest Support and Education Fund, I congratulate Jude and DJ and wish them a memorial and inspiring journey to the Holy Land. Well done.
Does our official photographer want to take a photo? No? No, that is complete.
Excuse me, John, would you like to come up? John, do you mind coming up as well?
Yeah, John, yes. Done? Thank you, John. And to Carmine. It's needless to say, I need to say thanks to the generosity is always fruitful, is it not? Generosity makes things happen. It's creative. It blesses us with fruitfulness. So I'd like to thank very much the generosity of all those who have contributed towards this scholarship to make something wonderful and beautiful, fruitful in the lives of our 2 students. It's always fruitful. They come back. It's changed all those who go to have been awarded those scholarships. That opportunity is life-changing and is fruitful for the rest of their life. Literally. So we're very thankful for those who share their generosity to make this, which bears such fruit. So thank you very much. So let's enjoy our dessert now. Thank you.